Good evening, it's Jazz. I'm with the good old Ginge. It's a transfer talk show. First of all, Ginge, how you been, mate? You been all right? Enjoying the hot weather recently?
Do you know what? I'd love to say yes, but the hot weather is not liking me. Obviously, being Irish and ginger skin, yeah, I've just gone red raw, mate, red raw. And then tomorrow I'll be back to cotton white.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the garden a lot, so I've even more tanned than normal, shall we say? But it's been good. I know you've been, yeah, whizzing about, shall we say, a few places. So hope that's all
Here,
going
there, and
well
everywhere.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope that's all going well on that front and things like that. So yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, before we get into it, obviously, yeah, it's a transfer talk show. But before we get into that, I just wanted to like ask everyone: is season's finished? Have you had time to reflect? Are you kind of happy? What happened? Where we ended up compared to where you thought we would be at the beginning, mate? If you remember back then, August.
Well, so I've been saying this during the season. Obviously, we've been doing these videos since January, um, or your channel's been going since January, and I was saying it during the transfer shows then. I- Even though I've had time to reflect, I think overall the season's been a good season. We've had an extra competition to play with no real added personnel within our squad. Um, and we got to the semi-finals of that. We've only dropped one league place, and we're still in Europe. But I think I've said this many a times. From the position that we were in, come the end of December into January transfer, we fucked it. That's the only thing I'm going to say about this season. The first half of the season was obviously phenomenal. We got ourselves in a great position, and that's where the disappointment comes into it because we should have gone out to strengthen. We didn't do that, and now we've paid the costly price. But to reflect on it, we got to the European semi-final with the same squad. We got into Europe, which was had we'd finished eighth, like I said we was gonna, like I said I thought we would, um, in the second half of that season, then I think it would have been a massive disappointment. Massive. I think getting some kind of European football was sort of like the skin of it. Saved it by the skin of the teeth, really. Um, but yeah, I still think it's a good season, but it could have been better. But we just did not help ourselves. The board, Moyes, whoever it is, Newman, Krasinski, whoever you want to blame, because everyone will blame someone different. Everyone has a different perspective of things. But we've got to take it on the chin, and now this is where we do our business. This is where we've got to show the fans more and the players that we mean business. We've got to show the likes of Declan Rice, show him that we've got ambition to keep hold of him. Otherwise, he's going to be the first one out the door.
I think that's a fair summary. I think I feel similar to you. I think when you look at that stubbornly, we didn't, for instance, yeah, you can see the difference when you actually do something. You can see in January the effect of Lingard. You can see the effect of the one or two players Spurs bought in January. It does make a difference, you know. And you could see from December, yeah, we'd lost Ogbonna. We were looking a little bit very quickly jaded, you know, and yeah, Europa League, we kind of did very well in it, but you could tell that we're doing well, we're in the right direction, we're fourth or fifth in the league, we've still got distance over Arsenal, Spurs. If we just get another two in, then we'll bump on again, but I haven't got a clue what's going on. I mean, one or two of my good friends, like we did a show with Frankie last week, which was really good. I mean, he often hears things going on, and we don't know. January something maybe in the background has happened. Stuart Pearce has left. Then we lost the other coach.
Do you
Um,
know anything about that? Because I've not heard anything about why Stewart's just upped and left. I thought that was very bizarre, considering there was no talk about him leaving or having another job or being approached by someone or another club or whatever. And it's just come out of the blue. Has he had a bust up with someone or what?
no, no. We obviously since David Moyes has come in, we don't whether it's good or bad, we don't hear anything. You know, so we don't know anything about that. some people, they might hear, but obviously they're not going to go to the media or anything. You just tell your friends. But I
Yeah.
haven't heard anything, but one or two just had a feeling that something didn't seem to be right since December, January, and David Moyes has looked snappy. He's looked pissed off in the press conferences. You can see him. Do you remember when he lost it a bit in the semi-final? Then he started
Yeah.
lashing out on the touchline. He's looked, and then in the last 2-3 games, he's done something which he doesn't normally do, and a lot of managers don't. He started having a go at the players, didn't he? Especially after the last game, saying if that's what they think is normal, then they won't have a career at West Ham. And I thought, okay, mate, but to be fair, those boys are, yeah.
Maybe it is a reflection of him not being backed. Maybe we're starting to see the cracks between the relationship with him and the board, and he's stuck up for the board, thinking that they're gonna save him, but they've already done him dirty once already. So you just can't trust it. So if it is that, maybe he's feeling the effects from it, and he's just so frustrated, and that's 5 months of frustration just built up, and he's just took it out on the players. Maybe so, because he's probably feeling the pressure. The media's onto him, the fans are onto him. People are already starting to say Moyes out, which I think's fucking ludicrous. To be fair, he's done well in the last 2 years since he's come back. He's probably been our best manager we've had for at least a decade. Some would argue a lot longer. You've just got to give him time. He's had nothing. People say, yeah, he's had 3 transfer windows or whatever, but has he really? Because we don't know the ins and outs. Has he even had a kitty there to spend? Has he even been backed? He might. For all we know, we do these videos, Jazz, saying about all these transfer targets, blah blah blah. He might have identified these targets and gone, right, I want him and him and him, and then the board have pissed about and said, well, we're not prepared to spend that money. Look at Darwin Núñez. Liverpool end up buying him for like 70 million. And what was we bidding for him, or rumoured to be bidding?
Well, it's not about that. I think that we bidded for him with less than 24 hours to go, with a window to close, and
With a hope, yeah.
you
But
can't
it
get a
wasn't
deal.
that serious, though, was it?
I don't think you can get a deal like that over the line. It was kind of a Sullivan class move where it's making it look as though I've tried. So he's obviously made
That's
that
it, yeah.
silly bid for Phillips of Leeds. They all laughed it off. Then he did that. Yeah, Benfica guy. I don't think he's ever going to come. Then the one that was really bad also was Zapata at 5 million. He was available from Atlanta. Great striker, and they just could not. The admin side messed up. They just deliberately or just didn't fax over the documents in time. That's a
Yeah.
Champions League striker. It doesn't look right. I think that David Moyes doesn't sign many people anyway. We'll go into a little bit later on, but it looks like we need a minimum 7 or 8 people. He just about can bring one in.
But we're saying that, yes, we do, because we've just lost four players. Obviously, Noble's retired. You've got Fredericks and Yarmolenko that's out of contract, and there is someone else. I can see Masuaku going, but I don't want to be selling or letting go any other fucking player if we're not gonna. We like Nicky Hawkins said on West Ham Fan TV the other day. It can't be a one in one out situation. We are thin enough as it is, and that's the way we've operated a few times in the past decade or so. And we can't do that. We need more in than we let go this season, because we've been doing that. The last 4 seasons, we've let go more than what we've got in, and our squad, as everyone knows, has just got progressively smaller. And we can't afford to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's different managers, different stars, isn't it? I mean, as a kid growing up, what did I used to like most about football? West Ham signing players used to get me
Well,
excited. I remember Hearts and Kitson signing together. I remember Di Canio coming in, And,
Yeah.
and obviously, there's a lot of things you can say about Harry Redknapp, but one thing with Harry, there was always something happening at the club. Someone coming in, someone, and I know he used to drive the board bonkers with kind of 30 players leaving, 25 coming in. But I kind of, as a fan, I loved it. You always try to bring someone in, and then you kind of got David Moyes, who kind of is not that way at all. And I think he does the hard work. All you need to do is just bring one or two extra people in. You've got the foundation. The players are playing for you. The fitness is great. You just need to, and it doesn't happen. And then you've got obviously Sam Allardyce, whether you loved him or not. He seemed to always knew what he wanted, and he brought that type of
That's the
player
thing,
in.
right? A lot of people criticise the way he plays football and whatnot, but he did have a plan. He did have some sort of tactic behind him, and he had a way with his players that he knew how to get some players in. Obviously, he's not going to attract the most quality of players. We know that, but he got players, and they weren't all bad. I mean,
No, no, no,
a
no. I
lot.
mean, you remember
I mean, a lot.
Sacco? Yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
more than 50%. A lot more than 50% actually come good. Yeah,
But
they sort of veered off.
he brought you to the club, didn't he, Carol Ginger? Didn't he? He brought you to the club.
Wow,
Signed
it would
you.
it would have been a lot better bringing me to the club. Trust me, I would have spent a lot less time on that treatment table. I tell you,
Oh, mate, I think most of our
I probably would have got more red cards than Andy though.
most of our
Like, the way we played, it was just frustrating at times.
yeah. You're
But yeah.
frozen on the screen. Hopefully, we'll get you back moving, but we can hear you. There's no problem
Oh
hearing you.
well. Yeah. No.
So that's kind of yeah. I mean, I am like you. I think we could have done a lot better. And when you especially look at the two left in the was it Rangers and Eintracht Frankfurt, great chance to get Champions League. And Craswell, if we'd bought a left back in the window, perhaps because we're carrying a lot of players, mate. Got Fabianski's 38, 39. Krezi is a fullback who he can't run with the ball or take on anyone, and he can't defend that well either. So you always needed Fornells to help him out. Very good on set pieces, good servant. And then obviously we've struggled at left back, right back. Zuma, Dawson done a great job, but you can't expect Dawson to put it in week out. He's going to come unstuck against the top 5, top 6, someone with pace, semi-final, final.
Oh, that's it. He just needs help. He just needs support, doesn't he?
Well, you get that. But why do the top 4 are the top 4? Because they've got a squad. People come off the bench in March and get those 3-4 points, get you over the semi-final, get you into the. That's the difference. So up to January, we normally don't have. In history says we don't normally have a problem, but after January is when the big boys make it count, and you know why. And we didn't have nothing in that bench in that last 10 games. And since January, Ginger, league form has been really, really bad. I've not enjoyed any
It's
of the
been up and
games in the
down, isn't it?
really,
Yeah.
really. Lost to Brighton. Was it lost to Burnley? Lost to Southampton around time like Christmas time. Not good, mate. And we miss out by 1 or 2 points, United and things like that. So
Well, yeah, that's the big killer because we had it in the bag. United were losing or drawing or whatever. We were winning, and yeah, I mean, Palace done us a favour, but again, we bottled it ourselves. And we talk about Spurs being bottle jobs FC and Spursing it up. We Spursed it right up this year.
yeah, let me have a look. Have you got what
But
kind
as
of
I say,
what signal have you got on your phone? Because you're frozen again. What's it? How much
yeah, I
signal?
know. I've tried doing my camera, but it's not.
Do you want to come
It's
in and
not.
out?
Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah.
Yeah, try to come in and out. Okay, while Ginge comes back in, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the good old transfer window rumours and kind of see what kind of players are in there from the last time we had a look. So it looks like 1 or 2 new names are up there, which you'll discuss with Ginge, and 1 or 2 familiar names up there. Obviously, this guy, it's kind of picking up now, isn't it? Knife Aguerd. It looks like it's going to happen, but let's wait for Ginge to come back into it. I think Moroccan centre half. I think there's rumours that the medical's been done in London, that kind of thing. Let's try him again. There you go. That's good, isn't it?
Yep, moving.
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. So yeah, we know we can't do a third season where we. I mean, we've got to do better. I mean, I'm going to be really critical, but when you look at the squad, Ginge, I'm only happy with three of them. I think where you can build from: Bowen, Rice, Zuma. For me, the rest are we all need improving. I think when you look at if you want to win something, I think top 10, top 11, 12, they'll
I
do.
think it's going to be a big ask to get that big or to make that significant changes to win something. I think with the squad we've got, with a few more additions, 5, 6, a good handful of players that can come into the first team. By the way, I don't mean just buying fringe players, or people that were once good and are now coming to the tail end of their season and sort of like 30-plus-year-old world class player. What's the point? We need to do serious business this time. But I don't think we'll need too much of a significant change to win like an FA Cup, League Cup, or anything like that. But if we're going to challenge for Europe and get back into Europe and try and win like any sort of European Cup or go deeper, then like push for Champions League or anything like that, then yeah, we need a big overhaul. I don't think. I think we can still use some of the players that we've got as squad players to push forward, because we can't just get rid of all of our players and get new ones in. That's just not going to work. I mean, you look at I think it was it Everton? I think it might have been Everton. They spent so much money. I think they bought 8 or 9 players in a couple of seasons ago, and it just did not work because you can't get them to integrate and gel that quickly together. Yeah. Some players take longer than others. So yeah, you just got to bed them in and get them all to fit playing your style of football. And I think that's where Moyes' job's going to come in hand.
What do you think's happened in January and Vlasic and Král? What do you think? What do you think's gone on? Who's bought these players and what's happened? Do you think?
It smells like a Sullivan thing. And I mean, why would you get Král on loan and then never play him if you're a manager? You've got to get a player that you're going to like and at least play. That he's not. We sit here and say Alex Král, he's not fucking good enough, blah blah blah. But to be fair, that is a very poor summary of someone like Alex Král that's not had a decent amount of football for us to judge him on. He's had a bit here and a bit there. He's not had a consistent run. You can turn up for a trial tomorrow and be absolutely dog's bollocks. Or you can turn up to a one-day trial and be absolutely shit and not your full potential. Do you know what I mean? So it works both ways. So you have to have a run. Confidence is going to be a big thing. Training to a game is completely different. It's like the comparison I make with being fit, physically fit, and match fitness. They're 2 completely different things as well. So these are the little things that we've got to take in account. Was Král a panic buy? Did Moyes have the overall say? He might have done, because he knew that he wasn't going to get no one else. So he thought, well, fuck it, I better have him anyway, because that's all you're offering me. But it does smell like a Sullivan thing, like the £30 million Vlasic. I got excited. I was thinking, because I don't really remember him from Everton.
No, I don't remember him. I thought he's got pace at least. He hasn't even got that. And I thought, why have we got him then? You need a bit of pace, haven't you?
The thing is, he's shown little bits. Again, he's not consistent. He's had more of a run in than Král, let's be honest. Let's not beat around the bush about it. But I don't think he's had a fair crack. I mean, I know we keep alluding to this a lot, but Fornals and Bowen in their first seasons, it took them a while. I mean, Bowen was our scapegoat. He was so Ben Rama this season was Bowen last season, being hauled off after 60 minutes, 70 minutes, always the first to come off. So there is positives, but on the flip side of that, I also know that every player is not the same. So it doesn't mean every player is going to come good after a year. You know what I mean?
Well, the good thing is, I mean, this time round, it looks like that this guy I've got on the screen, the Moroccan 26-year-old centre back, African nations he's played in it. He's predominantly left-footed, so I think he'll complement Zuma, who's I think right-footed, and obviously being Moroccan, he speaks French. And
Yeah.
if we play Zuma and then we buy obviously Areola, then yeah, same language. Looks like he's in London. He's done the medical. It looks like a 25 million plus add-on deal, could be 30 in the end. 26. It's a good age. What I've seen on him on YouTube is he can distribute the ball quite well.
See, I don't like looking at that because they just
Yeah, I
show
know
you.
what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a few videos that I can put on YouTube. Well, there is some on YouTube anyway. That makes me look good. But then there's also video footage that makes me look like a proper melon.
The passes look good, though. The ones from the back he was doing, I know the French league isn't the strongest, and he played in the conference, I think, this season. So again, he's from Rennes, who are obviously not PSG. They're not Marseille or Lyon or any of those teams. I mean, when you look at he's been there 2-3 years. Again, it's a name we didn't know of until he was linked. It just makes you wonder what happened to Milenkovic, where he had a gentleman's agreement, we were told. He was going to sign on the dotted line. There was the Marseille guy. That all went quiet. So we don't know what's going on. I mean, we don't know how much money we've got, but if
That's
we
what
can
I mean. That's what I don't get. What's happened to apparently these targets that we had for January? What's happened to these? The ones that haven't been sold on already or loaned out or whatever already. What's happened to it? Why are we not? If we were that serious about these players that we were linked with in January, why are we not going in for them again? Why are we not doing our utmost to go, do you know what? We fucked up in summer. We fucked up in January. We're going to make a statement. Well, that's the first thing I'd be doing.
I think the good news of this, if it hopefully happens in up and coming days, it hopefully will mean that he was one of David Moyes' top of the list because you got it done early. Injury record isn't bad, mate. There's hardly anything there. The odd one game here and there.
Roll on West Ham. Fucking hell.
No, I mean, to be fair,
if there's any a jinx, it's West Ham.
No, but since David's coming, you can't have a go at him on that front. I think we've not been too bad. Ogben already, obviously, he's not a David Moyes signing. I mean, when you look at Bowen and the way Rice has come on, I think it was been Antonio last. Not bad. There's something sort of they were doing good. I mean, the other rumours. I mean, the Watford duo. I looked at Sarr, mate, and I'm not that impressed with what I've seen. His injury record.
I said this to you before. I wasn't really. You mentioned Sarr, probably the end of January, maybe.
Yeah.
And I said I'm not too keen on him. The only one from Watford I liked was that Dennis.
Yeah.
He's not an out-and-out striker either, but he's a good forward man to have because he offers something different, a bit of pace. He's a bit direct. His physicality, and he ain't shy in front of a goal.
I mean, Sarr, mate, look, the injuries are dreadful. He missed out virtually half the season last season. Dennis is much better. I think, the good thing about Sarr, he's got a rapid pace. Perhaps that's why he just keeps on getting injured. Emmanuel Dennis, I saw him, obviously, London Stadium, mate. He didn't lose the ball in the whole game. Even we surrounded him with 3-4 players, he got out there time and time again.
Oh, he done some amazing... I think I was with him, wasn't I?
Yeah, great skills, wasn't it? Yeah.
On the halfway line, and he just run down that left wing and cut inside, and I just thought, fucking, that's gonna be a goal here. Well, I think we even said it to each other then. He's gonna score here.
It wasn't easy playing for Watford. I mean, when he did, but he did well. He played nearly every game. I mean, he came on a 3, I think, Club Brugge. Yeah, he came from them.
Mm.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I don't know about the price. He's age-wise, he's 24. Nigeria,
It's gonna
so
be a lot, isn't it? It's gonna be a lot because Watford,
they've gone
even if
down.
he wants,
Yeah,
that's what I mean, they've got relegated, but they're not gonna want to lose him. But if he turns around and throws his toys at the Prem and says, "I want to go," then it may force them to sell cheaper. I mean, we know all about that. We've had that.
I mean, looking at the old rumours, mate, goalkeeper. Obviously, I'd like Pope for many years, but I don't know what our budget is. Areola again. Why hasn't that one gone over? It's taking so long
Well,
that Newcastle are
I've
looking,
heard,
aren't they?
I've heard
Mm,
with Ariola that if we're not careful, we can end up losing him
mm.
because he'll go to somewhere like Fulham again because they're interested,
I think
and
Newcastle are looking at them.
Newcastle. Well,
Mm.
Newcastle meet with everyone, ain't they?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I
So,
mean, Arsenal have just done business.
what did
They've
they
just got
do?
that Marquinhos.
Which one?
Marquinhos.
How much did they spend on him?
I'm not sure the ins and outs of that, but I know they've been eyeing him up for a little while, and I know
I'll
he
have a
came
look.
from. I know he's Brazilian, and he came from a Brazilian team, I believe. You know, I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't like to say what
I'll have a
Flamengo.
look. We'll have a look at that
I
in a
don't think
minute.
it is. I don't think it is Flamengo, but someone like that.
I mean,
May
God,
even be
Mike
Sao Paulo. May even be that.
got Michael Keane on the list. He's not been that good, you know.
No.
Everton struggling. Lingard. What do you think, Lingard? What's going to happen with that?
I'm going to turn into Steve, I reckon, with this.
Is
Um,
Lingard being very difficult, isn't he? Looks like with a lot of clubs. He's,
do
you
you
know.
know what, Dave? Like I said at the start of the show, or before we started, I haven't really been keeping
Yeah.
up to date with it. The last few weeks has been manic for me with work and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just have to point out quick, happy birthday for a couple of weeks ago.
That's
We
all
were
right.
supposed to do a show, and I was away, and it was my birthday. It was your birthday on the same weekend, and yeah. But ever since then, I've just been manic. I've been away every weekend,
Yeah.
been off mainland UK. So I haven't really not keep forgetting my passport though. I only go in Isle of Wight, but no. But yeah, so I haven't really been keeping up with anything to be fair.
Yeah. I mean,
Keep
we'll just
hearing
go.
little bits.
No. We'll just go for a Cornet, Maxwell Cornet. You like him?
Who?
Cornet, the winger at Burnley, was at Burnley last season, wasn't he? Maxwell Cornet.
No,
We got
no.
Broja. That's the only name I'm going to mention. Who's kind of hasn't scored since Christmas, mate. Broja. That's the only thing.
Probably against us.
You won a penalty. You won a penalty.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, 'cause that's the game that you and Steve went to. That was Boxing Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, we lost 3-2, mate. Again, another
Yeah.
defeat at home. And then around that time, that week before, week after, we lost to Leeds. So all these defeats at home to Southampton, Leeds,
Yeah. So mid
Burnley, Brighton.
January,
Not good, is it, mate? You know?
we beat Leeds in the cup in a week game, and then we lost to them in the league on the weekend.
Right, I'm just gonna.
Beat Leeds in the week in the League Cup or whatever it was, FA Cup it was, and then we lost to them in the league.
Do you ever get hay fever, mate? I've been suffering last 3 days, been really
No,
bad.
no, if one thing, touch wood. I've never suffered with hay fever.
Oh, mate. Trying to look at this new Arsenal one if it's gone through. Let's have a look. Top
I mean,
transfers.
being ginger's bad enough, guys. Do you know what I mean? Without having hay fever.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to go through. The other thing I wanted to talk about is obviously, yeah, how many players do you think we need and what positions are quite urgent to address, you think, in the
Right.
window?
Okay. So obviously another keeper is ideal. We need a left back, another centre back. Um, well, we've lost two midfielders, so we need to replace those. Keep Rice, keep Suchek, and we need another two centre midfielders. Whether one will be defensive and one will be a centre forward, uh, uh, a centre mid, not a centre attacking mid, not a wide attacking midfielder, a centre mid to replace Noble. We need another attacking midfielder, someone that can just unlock a defence. Someone with a bit of creative spark, and obviously 2 strikers. I'd say 1 very minimum, but regardless of who you get, we're going to need another one. We need to start thinking that we need a backup for everything. We need a backup plan. We need a plan B. So even if you're only going to play 1 striker and you put Antonio out on the wing because you don't not want to play him, you can still fit. He's an out and out winger. Let's have it right. He was a winger. It was probably even a left back before that, or a wing back before that, coming up in Tooting and Mitcham and coming up through his football.
What?
But we know him. We bought him as a winger, and we've turned him into a striker. So we can push him back out on the wing because he's decent enough. But we just know he's not a centre forward. But it's not his fault that he's not been able to perform or that he's played up front on his own. He's our only option. His hands are tied behind his back. Moyes' hands are tied behind his back because he's only got him at his disposal. And maybe he thinks players like Okaflex, Sonny Perkins are just not up for it just yet. I don't know. But
isn't Perkins on the way out? Isn't he? He's leaving, isn't he? Newcastle.
Who's that?
Perkins. He's leaving. Isn't he? 3-4 clubs after him.
I don't know. Again, Jazz, I just keep seeing these rumours, and I'm just.
No, he's not committing.
Saying.
And I think Newcastle, Tottenham, all those guys. I don't know. He's that good, is he? I don't know. Is he?
I don't know, mate. Don't know. But I don't think we should be selling our youth.
No, they don't want to stick around, mate. I don't even know if Glenn Johnson's happy at West Ham, mate. I don't know.
Glenn Johnson, he's retired, isn't he?
Oh, bloody hell. Oh, mate.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Glenn Johnson. Yeah. I thought he was coming back for a coaching role.
Yeah, he's wanted by Villa and Leeds. Yeah, so that's all going on.
But that's probably because of the way we've poorly treated him, giving him a shit deal. If you're going to believe all the rumours, that is.
Yeah, so it is a bit of that, mate. It is a bit of that with one or two
it's
players.
Like what we've done with Rice. Rice is probably not happy because of the way we've treated him over the years. And these players, if you're gonna rely on them in the future, you've got to fucking look after them. These boys have come through our academy. We've not just picked them up off the street. They've come through our academy. Should be fucking looking after them. And I think it's unacceptable the way they've been treated. We've known for years Rice is decent, and we've been saying, as fans, we've been saying that put him on a proper deal. Now, when it comes to it, where we need to get him to sign another deal, he's not going to do it. Obviously, we're not showing no ambition. And
it's weird. It's weird though, isn't it? Like we finished fairly high up, semi-finalists, and players don't want to stick around. It's weird, isn't it? It's just wow.
Maybe it's a sign, Jez. Maybe they're seeing how the clubs run.
They're focused on repaying debt for the sale. Rumours today they're not really sure about the check
ready to buy that stadium.
They've done a deal
to buy the stadium. So
they're
trying to squeeze the club for as much as they can, so they can use the club's money, not delve into their own pockets too much, and save themselves some pennies. Buy the stadium. That gives West Ham Football Club Limited an extra asset, a big asset, and more of an attraction for someone to come and take us over, if that's going to happen. But that's what they're holding on for. They don't want to spend big because they know in their heads, come 12, 18 months' time, they're looking to sell the club as long as they've acquired what they want and what they need, which is that stadium. They're not going to do nothing to that stadium.
Even if 10 million they're buying it for, doing some changes
even if they buy it and they stay for another 2, 3, 4 years, they're not going to do nothing to that. They're not going to spend big on that stadium to revamp it. No way. They're not going to put a solid seat in a solid lower tier down. They're probably happy fucking renting that scaffold
Yeah, but
lower tier.
we don't know much about that Czech guy. They're saying he hasn't. We don't know nothing about him. What type of person is he going to spend some money or that striker they had? I mean, he's gone to buy Leverkusen. I think. I think he offered him to West Ham, but Moyes wasn't sure, thinking about it. So all that kind of thing.
Again, it's yeah. See, it's hard. It's hard to comment on. I know it's easy for us. We can sit there and go, "Oh, Moyes this, Moyes that," blah, Diver in Dave and shit like this. But we don't know the ins and outs. We're just getting bits from other journalists, and we're hearing rumours and shit, and we don't know the full ins and outs because we're not there. We don't work for the club. We don't work with them, so we don't actually know. So it's one of them ones that who do you point the finger at? Everyone has their own opinion, obviously. It's an opinion-based sport. Um, but I just don't know anymore, Jazz. And I really can't. I'm not
What do
really
you think?
optimistic about the window because I'm not seeing enough being done now. I mean, I know it's only just opened, but we've had a good few weeks to line something up, and it's the same. We said the same in January. We knew what we needed going into December. Why have we not lined anything up for the 1st of January or for the first week in January to make it easier for ourselves? Why have we waited for the last week of January to actually pull our finger out and start thinking about what we want? And by then it was too late.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like this Moroccan lad. That's got to happen, isn't it? If he's in London, he's done the medical. Surely that's not going to crumble away. But we
You
do
never
want.
know, do you? Because someone like Palace will probably come in and swoop him off us if he's in London. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we'll do a few things, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
But will it be
Um,
convincing enough though? That's the thing, though, Jazz.
no, I mean convincing would be a current Premiership star. That would be great. You get someone like Ward Prowse, or although I heard he wasn't that good in the England game last time. I don't know. I didn't see it a couple of days ago.
Listen,
Um,
at the end of the day, England haven't been good in these last 3 games, so
yeah, Southgate. Yeah, it is
you
what it is,
can't.
mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Gareth Safegate. That's what it is. That's who
I
it
just felt
is.
sorry for the boys. I thought they'd go away for the holiday and this bloody tournament, United Nations. Oh my god, it's too much
Yeah,
football, isn't it?
it's a bit of a shit one because obviously we had COVID, which pushed the Euros back to last summer. So they had that season, first full season back. Then they had Euros. Then you've come in and had another full season. And some of our boys. I mean, I know we've only got two in the squad now of the England squad, but everyone's had a long season in that squad. Like you think of like your Man City players, they've had European football as well. Spurs up until Christmas had European football as well. Um, the Arsenal boys in the England squad have had it a little bit easier. Although that they got off to a shaky start last season. But yeah, I think Declan Rice done all right in what game is it? In the Germany game. Bowen done all right. So yeah, it's been a long season for everyone. Is what I'm
What do you
trying
think
to say.
about what do you think about the new shirts? New shirt, home shirt.
I don't like it, but I say this every year. I feel like at least one of our shirts looks too much like a training top.
Pajama top.
It does. Like it just looks like
What a
a training top. It doesn't look like a football shirt, like a West Ham shirt. Do you know what I mean?
well they're
It only
trying
looks
to
like West Ham because it's claret and blue and it's got Betway on it and it's the West Ham badge. Take away that Betway, that looks like a training shirt.
well they're trying to copy the like the Trevor Morley type, but that was a different kit altogether, really. I think. Not sure.
But they've been doing that for the last couple of years. They've sort of brought that retro vibe back. Like when we had
1980, didn't we? The
the
white one. Yeah, a couple of years
yeah
ago, didn't we? That one.
and then you had the white and blue stripe that was supposed to
Argentinian.
replicate an old one. Then you had the last year's one, which is like the Dr. Martens Di Canio shirt. Um,
Yeah.
it was that sort yeah. So they've all had that sort of retro sort of feel about them.
Talking about crazy stories, Ginge. I mean, I know there's always silly stories, and But the one with Bowen, Arsenal inquiring about Bowen, that's going to make you laugh a bit, isn't it? What the hell?
You know what? That confused me. That confused me because not like he wouldn't go there. I don't think he would personally, and I don't. I'm not saying that Arsenal are not big enough to get Bowen because they are. They're let's be right. They are a massive. They are a massive club, regardless of what you think of Arsenal. But it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. You've got a good core in the attacking position that are young, hungry, and got desire to do things. You've got Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and Saka. I think all three of them are quality players. And why would you bring Owen into that? Then you'd have to drop one of those. I don't know. It's a bit of a bizarre one.
The other one I was going to come to for you, mate. I don't know if you've heard about the traditional fixture leaks again, and they always right though. With they're normally right, even though we can laugh at them, and they look pretty good for us, mate. I'm pretty happy with what I saw the first 5-6
So
games. Brentford,
up
Fulham,
until
something like that,
that's
was it?
it.
Yeah.
I think the fifth game we've got Arsenal away, and then we play United at home.
I think the first hard fixture is Liverpool away in September, very early September. Liverpool away, I think.
Oh shit, yeah.
But we are, and but I
We've
think,
got
yeah,
Fulham, then we've got who's the other team that come up?
yeah. I'm just gonna
Bournemouth.
get
Then we've
it
got
out.
Brentford, got Leeds, Liverpool, Arsenal,
I'm just
Man
going to get.
United.
Yeah, there we go. There we go, mate. So West Ham, Fulham, but then out of all these fixtures, City, Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool, they all avoid each other for all the weeks I looked at. I don't know how they always do that. Why can't Liverpool draw Man City week one? Why doesn't it happen? It's all kind of West Ham, Fulham, Bournemouth
Takes
away.
away the excitement for the running of the league, doesn't it?
Yeah, West Ham, Brentford, Leeds, West Ham, and then further September, Liverpool, West Ham, Villa,
Oh, Villa.
West Ham away to Arsenal, home to Man
That's one of
United.
them.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
say
that's
it's easy, but then September's a nightmare, isn't it? Liverpool, Villa,
three of the big clubs. Yeah,
Arsenal, home to
Arsenal,
United.
United, and Liverpool. So you've got Liverpool and
Oh,
Arsenal away. And
they're giving us Palace away on Boxing Day again. Fuck's sake.
oh dear.
Oh, actually, yeah, because the World Cup's after 31st of December or 2nd of. Where is the break for the World Cup then? Hang on a minute.
November or
Oh,
end of October.
oh, they haven't shown those. Oh, sorry. Okay, they haven't shown those fixtures. So 31st of December, who we got? I can't believe that. We're away again. They've got us away all over Christmas. That's
Who,
not normal.
who are we away to on the 31st of December?
You're going to go mad when I tell you. Southampton away.
What, New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Tell you what, it'd be a good night out though.
Yeah, but 2nd of Jan, you're home to Brighton, so they're not really traditional London derby fixtures you want, are they? I mean, Palace, I don't really regard them as any kind of London exciting fixture. I mean, all right, they're not going to give us Tottenham at home. That's up to them. That's fine. Yeah, so those are the fixtures. I'll leave them up there for a little while for people to look at. The other thing I was going to go on about. What's been lacking last season, which you're kind of aware of as well, is when we've sat there, we're watching the game, and we've run out of ideas. It's looking very predictable. Benrahma, for one reason or another, is not quite being the number 10 we need in the big games, especially. I think Fornals was living on the back
And
of.
when he has started to pick up his performance early in the second half, he's been hooked off.
He has, but he hasn't. When he started, he hasn't done enough for me, Ginge. Starting.
No, yeah.
Time,
But in some of those games, neither did anyone else.
Ericsson would excite me, mate, as a signing. I'll be happy with that. There's not many like him in the world. It's not going to be.
He's got certain attributes around him where he can. He's a player that could unlock a defence with his passing.
You just imagine him and the team, Ward-Prowse, mate, and if the game's flat, we're going to pull that goal out of somewhere, aren't we? Free kick, corner, defense splitting pass. That's what we're
Mm,
missing, aren't we? That's what we're missing. Help the 3-4 boys up front.
that's it. Yeah.
Um, what's your feelings on that Saint Maxime? He just doesn't seem to deliver like
Who?
consistency throughout the season. Maxime, Saint Maxime, what's his name? Newcastle winger, that guy. He
Oh,
does. I think they're going to flog him,
Maximum.
mate. They're going to flog him. I think.
You know, see that geezer. I've not. I'm tired of hearing his name. Like one of my pals, he's proper Newcastle
Nah,
fan,
he's not doing it.
and he's like, "Said maximum this and maximum that. He's the best thing since sliced bread." And I'm like, "Are you having a laugh?" Um, yeah. No,
What was
I'm
your,
just.
yeah? Another question I wanted to ask because what was your feelings after Creswell got sent off the second time? I mean, what was your feelings? I don't like him anyway. I mean, I just think not personally. I just think he's had his time, and yeah, that's my
Well,
and
I said this months and months ago that in one of the build-up shows, I think might even been after the Seville game, might have been the build-up to the first Leon leg. Um, Cresswell gets targeted because of how small he is, but then our centre defenders got sucked in for both of those and exposed Cresswell, or Cresswell exposed himself, or they exposed Cresswell. Good tactic from the opposition, you've got to say. But yeah, it's just stupid. He's panicked, and the first one you can sort of like. But then if they go through and score, we're screaming, "Why don't you fucking chop him down?" Do you know what I mean? But now
he's
it
looked
happened.
he's looked a bit. I remember the Liverpool game when he nearly he could have been sent off in the Liverpool first half at home when he went knee high. He hasn't looked clever on that when he's isolated, nor does Fabianski and
No,
people like that.
I think he panicked.
Fabianski, what about him? Do you want him in goal first game of the season? What do you think?
Yeah, I want to keep him. Yeah, I want to keep
No,
him.
no, no. In terms of who do you want
It'll
for the first
it'll
game
be,
in
it'll
goal?
be his, it'll be his first. It'll be his last full year as a keeper, in my opinion.
No,
Um,
but you want him to start though, like game one, the main keeper.
yeah, why not? Because we haven't got Areola yet, so
What
you
about
can't.
you? Would
That's
you
just
rather
like
go for?
saying, oh,
Yeah.
that's like saying I'd start Lingard, Areola, Aguerd, fucking Brozier, Ward-Prowse, Rafinha, Calvin Phillips, but we haven't got none of them
No, no.
players.
When we had Areola, do you think the last 6 games he should have been given a run? You think just to check in if you were serious about getting him?
If there's a nothing game, then yeah, of course. But we still had something to play for.
So you
So I
don't
think
trust
that's what we're
Areola
gonna
then
do.
in the game that you don't trust him over Fabianski then?
No, not that I don't trust him. I just think that Fabianski hasn't been bad in the season. He's had little moments, but what keeper doesn't get exposed or highlighted for having a little bad moment or whatnot? Do you know what I mean? The Arsenal fans were screwing at Ramsdale because he had a couple of games in a row where two of the games in a row where he could have cost them goals from his distributing that ball played back to him in his box and he's gone to clear it and he's hit it across the floor and give away possession. And then the Arsenal fans were like, "Fucking hell, what is he doing? Get him out of goal, put Leno back in." And I'm thinking, hold on a minute, you were screaming for Leno to be dropped before, and Ramsdale's done wonders for you just because he's done a couple of mistakes. And this is what I've said before about keepers. Keepers, you've got to be a nutter to play as a goalkeeper because you get so much criticism, and because it's highlighted so much as well for the fact that if you make a mistake, it could lead to a goal. A striker could make 10 mistakes in front of goal and not be as criticised as a keeper for making a mistake that leads to a goal. It's an hard job to play, and unless you've played as a keeper and understand the position of a keeper and the psychological effects it can have on you, then for me, your point's invalid to an extent. Obviously, everyone's got an opinion. That's not what I'm saying. But if you don't understand a keeper of being a goalkeeper and the fundamentals of being a goalkeeper, then you can't really comment too tough. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a hard position.
I'll give you a clap.
Makes it sound like we've got an audience, but I'm not seeing no comments. Now, if there is anyone in the chat, get your comments in. What do you think?
There's a good few watching, but yeah, a bit shy, I think. But yeah, I think we're coming up to 15 minutes, so I want to thank you for coming on. I think this one will get done. I got a feeling this deal, and then
What, the
I don't know.
Aguerd?
I think that's going to be 25 plus add-ons, and then it'll be interesting. The next one in terms of value, then we'll know how much budget we got. If we get the next one in a more than this, then I'm thinking okay. But if it's going to be 10, 15...
That's probably our budget done then. Probably be a load of loans after that.
Hackney Marshes, mate, David, I'm always having a look at a few. I mean, do you think... Yeah, I mean, we need to replace a couple of coaches. I mean, well, I think Nobles, he's got to do his coaching badges, isn't he? Yeah, he's got to do them now. I'll do... Yeah, hopefully back at the ground.
He was already doing them in his last season. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But
I'll tell you what, if he
makes sense.
If he comes in as one of the coaching team next season, that'd be brilliant. On the bench, that'd be great. I think.
I wouldn't blame him if he doesn't come in for next season.
Is there any player out there that you would want us to sign that's within our grasp? Any player out there that we haven't discussed? Yeah. That you would like. Wow, this will be. Is there anyone? Yeah, I mean, goalkeepers.
Andy Carroll.
I talked about Andy Carroll and his previous clubs. I'm very happy to see the pre-season fixture list, and we're playing. Well, we're virtually my local team, Reading away, which is 15-20 minutes down the M4
I'm
for me.
looking forward to Luton. I'm looking forward to Luton away.
I want to go to that. Yeah,
so do I. I've got one of my pals, Kieran. He's a big Luton boy. And
I'll drive those.
And he sent me the picture as soon as it come out of what Luton had posted, and he's like, "Oh, we got used in a pre-season." He's like, "You'd have to come up."
Oh, they nearly went up, didn't they? I just remember now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was rooting for him, but I'm glad Forest got through, other than Huddersfield. It's good to see. I was talking to someone the other day. I think it was young Steve actually, and he doesn't remember the likes of Forest, Coventry, Bradford City, Ipswich, and all them being in the Prem.
Oh yeah, I remember Sheffield Wednesday and all them guys. Yeah. Forest are back. Nottingham Forest are back.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I like Forest. I mean, I think
if you have a look at the screen, then you got Reading July the 16th. You got Luton. These are all Saturday fixtures. July the 23rd. You've got Ipswich Tuesday, July the 12th. Always wanted to go there. I'm a bit far away though. I'd love to go Portman Road. Bournemouth.
Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Let's go away.
Yeah, let me put that in my diary and see what I'm doing. But I think I love all those venues: Ipswich, Reading, Luton. I think all kind of down south, aren't they? In a way.
Yeah, we'll go Ipswich. We'll go for a night out in Norfolk, in Norwich, and we'll go and watch the game at Ipswich.
Go there on a tractor. Yeah, go there on a tractor, mate. I mean,
I was thinking more like a combine harvester.
You didn't mention that player that you want to sign, did you? Did I miss it? Did you think about it?
No.
I don't know.
It's one of them.
I mean, it's going to be someone who's good but can't get a game, or it's going to be. I mean, when you look at people like,
with the players that we're linked with, there's not really many.
Is Origi gone now on a free? He's left now, is he?
I'm not sure. I don't know if. Well, if his contract was up at the 30th of June, then he'll be a free. But he hasn't. It's not the 30th of June yet, so technically he's still contracted and owned by Liverpool until the 30th or the 1st of July. That's when he becomes a free, or literally released from the club or whatnot. He's got up until the 30th, I believe, to sign a contract.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think if we can. I mean, Tottenham, we don't do any business with
them. The thing is, Origi wouldn't. If he was going to be our number one,
Lacazette went, didn't he, mate? 3 back to Lyon, didn't he? The git, went back there, didn't he? I like that player. I like him. He went there.
I think when we was rumoured with him even 2 years ago, I think it was 3-4 years too late.
Some
We
players,
should
you
have got
know,
him.
they're not gonna come. You just know some players are not gonna
No,
come.
that's it.
Funny enough about Carroll,
No.
we can't forget that he was a big player that came to West Ham, and again, you knock sort of Sam Allardyce, whatever. That was a great big signing for West Ham back then when we got
Mm,
Andy Carroll. That was huge, you know.
mm.
England squad and Liverpool striker and Man United. I mean, not really. Haven't got anyone, have they? But Fulham. I mean, Fulham are up now. They're not going to sell anyone. Brentford. What about Tony? I don't know. Tony at Brentford. I don't
No,
know, mate.
I think
Ivan Tony.
I've gone past him now.
Yeah.
Gone past him now. I can't really think off the top of my head, Jazz, because it's. I mean, I can think of a load of players, but not realistic ones. We need
What
to
a
find a little gem. We need to find someone that can slot in, that can play in the system, and can play a free attacking role,
well.
whether he's a number 9 or a number 10.
Well, Dennis can play any of those front three positions. I think
Yeah, yeah.
central and on the wings. That
But
could.
if we get him, then I still want an out and out centre forward,
Is he
because
fast,
that's the
mate? I can't
problem.
remember. I think he's all right.
Yeah,
Isn't he?
he's quite, yeah, he's quick. He's quick.
We
That's what I mean.
need we
He's
need
got
pace in
pace
our
and
team,
he's
don't
got
we?
strength.
We need
That's
pace in
it.
our team.
Yeah, and definitely strength, his physicality, presence as well. I would have said Adama Traore before, but obviously that ship sailed.
I don't know how he did. I don't know how he did in his year. Like, was it Barcelona? Where was he? I don't know. I don't know how he did. How
Yeah,
he
yeah, he's
played.
gone Barca, yeah.
Did you like any players in the Europa? Like, I think that striker for Eintracht Frankfurt was quite good. He kept getting a goal every other game. That Japanese player was good, wasn't he, for Frankfurt? He could open up a few
Yes,
defenses.
yes.
He
What
looked
was his
good.
name? Can't think of his name now.
No, I'll think of it in a minute. Yeah, I can't think of his name, but I think
Yeah, no, he caused us a few problems. But then again, we weren't on it. We was not on it against Frankfurt.
we did the hard work, I thought, in it. But then when you look
Yeah,
at, and I do believe when Bowen with that overhead kick, I said to someone next to me, I said they've got their name on the cup. That
yeah,
how that didn't go in, I ain't got a clue. Because normally that one, when it comes out, it normally hits the goalkeeper's back, then goes in. It kind of he smashed
yeah.
it, didn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
depends on positioning and position of the bar where it is. Do you know what I mean? It's all about physics and mathematics, isn't it? Really. Obviously, the keeper was standing in the wrong place, right for him and his team, but wrong place for us.
It was a good final, Rangers Eintracht. It was neck and neck till the end,
Didn't
and
watch it, mate. Didn't watch it.
yeah, I mean, I saw the
Watch
end. I
it.
saw the penalty shootout. Put it that way. I didn't see the game. I saw that. I saw the Champions
I did.
League. Yeah.
I didn't even watch the Champions League. I mean, probably a bit bitter.
No. But another thing
Yeah,
is, mate, it's been a long season, a lot of games, and you just want to switch off for a couple of months. I
that's
know
it. Yeah.
there's people
There
out
was
there that are
nothing
on it
West Ham
every
related, so
day. Every people are still on it, James. Like every hour. Oh, you lot are mad, mate. You need to just do something
yeah.
else.
To
Just
be
leave it.
fair, I was in. I mean, it was your birthday, the Champions League night, and
Always is. Yeah, yeah. Around that time,
yeah,
20.
yeah,
Yeah.
same, yeah. That weekend is always because it's bank holiday weekend normally, but the love of my life, old Liz, changed it. So
That's good.
you like my picture, didn't you?
Yeah, it
With
came out of
old,
the blue. Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna like venture off to Isle of Wight. That came as a shock. I don't know what you're doing
yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
See quite a few Liverpool fans there. Obviously, wherever I go,
Oh,
no matter
mate,
where
we're
it
on
is,
you. They're
it's
all
always
catching light everywhere,
I
mate.
always get the claret and blue. Doesn't matter. And I tell you what, I've been Isle of Wight for the last couple of weekends now, and I walk into some of the boozers down there, and I get people come up to me. Literally every weekend, I've had a different person. Hammers, irons, and then someone come up to me and talk to me. I'm like, "Are you an Hammers fan or what?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm Hammers, I'm Hammers." Oh,
How
where's
many
the ticket?
Portsmouth shirts you seen up there?
Portsmouth. Do you know what? I haven't seen any Portsmouth shirts, but I've seen
Yeah,
a blue shirt and with Portsmouth's badge on it, and it says
yeah.
Portsmouth University on it. So
Oh,
whether that's their
yeah,
uniform,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. But I've seen people in Bournemouth shirts, Southampton shirts,
Ah,
Liverpool
Premiership.
shirts. and I'll just roll around in my West Ham or claret and blue, whatever. I just don't give two hoots. I get
Listen,
a lot of
mate.
people come up to me and go, "Oh, West Ham this, West Ham that," and I've met a few West Ham fans down there as well. To be fair,
No, sounds good, Ginge. So what I'm going to do, we'll catch up again and probably early next week, and by then we'll have something. Well, if the signing goes through, we'll do a show, mate. We'll do 20-minute and
yeah.
hopefully look in more detail of how the boy will fit in. But it looks like left-footed, mate, which left foot, right foot, I think what David was after. And touchwood, he doesn't look like he gets injured a lot. 26, good height, 6'3". Yeah, hopefully it works out. And if that's the one they wanted early on, looks like David had him high on the list. Yeah.
Reminds me of Face Jacker. If you've ever seen that, when they're doing the dating segment, and the geezer's on the computer and he's like, got a match for you. He's 6'3", he's blonde hair, he's blue eyes.
I'll tell you what, do you
Yeah.
remember, what was that centre back Pierce we used to have? Do you remember Pierce? What was his name?
What, Ian Pearce?
No, this is another one
No,
we
no,
signed
not
from
him, no.
Blackburn, didn't we? I'm not gonna remember his name now, but he used to.
Wasn't he a left back?
He was a centre back, but also he filled in up front for us back in Harry Redknapp's days. But
I do remember a Pearce, yeah.
oh,
And it's
mate,
not. I'm not thinking of Stewart.
he came from Blackburn, mate. Oh, mate, I'm not gonna remember him. We'll talk about him next show. But back to So what we'll do, we'll catch up in a couple of days, or if the signing goes through and
Well, now I
confirmed.
can get on this Melon app. Now you've changed platform. Now I've figured out how to get on it, and I will do a bit of research as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Hopefully we'll get.
I've been ill prepared where I've been so busy the last few weeks, and
Yeah, no problem, mate.
yeah.
Sounds good, mate. So I want to say thank you to you and everyone who's been watching, and we'll get together in a couple of days, and we might have an actual signing to talk about after a long time.
God, if we make a signing, Jazz, we'll have to do an end of season piss up, won't we? All down to Surrey to Jazz's.
Yeah, definitely. So come on, you irons. Everyone, take care.
Come on.